Today the topic is the sarcomere. So we will title these notes the sarcomere. We're going to do a drawing. This one is a little bit less complicated compared to the ones we've been doing. So you can do it in pencil, or if you want to go straight to colors, that works as well. For this drawing, you'll need 3 colors, which traditionally are green, red, and purple. But if you want to use different colors, that's fine as well. So to begin our drawing, we will go in about, let's say about an inch from our red line. And we're going to do a zigzag. We're going to take up 10 lines with that zigzag, and each part of the zigzag should be one line. So it'll go something like this. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then over here, again, maybe half an inch in from our red line over here, we want to make another zigzag, but this one should be the opposite way of this one. So since this one, the first point goes out, we also want the first point to go out on this side. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have our 2 zigzags now. Then we are going to put in our red lines. And those red lines are going to come off the points of our green zigzag lines. And we're going to leave a space in the middle. So it's going to look like red line, stop, red line, stop. And then now we are going to put in our thick filaments using our purple. So the thick filaments are made of a protein called myosin, and that protein essentially looks like a golf club with 2 heads on it. So you see I kind of messed up, which is why there's white out there. But now we're going to take our purple line, and about halfway along your red line, start drawing your purple line, and then same thing, extend it to the other side. And then those, also leaving some space between your green, maybe starting at the little red line from the paper. You can draw a purple line here, purple line, purple line, purple line. And same here, starting at the red line of the paper, we can draw that purple line, purple line, purple line. So now we want to go back to that purple line that we just drew and make it just a little bit thicker, just a little bit thicker relative to the red line. Not hugely, because we're not going to have enough space for the next part, but just a little bit thicker. It's a little bit thicker. And then what we're going to do, since this one I messed up on, I'll just use this one. We are going to draw the little golf club heads that I was mentioning. So off the end of your purple, you want to draw like little stick-up lines like this. Maybe about like 4 of them on each side. And then try to make sure it doesn't touch the red line but gets close to it. Just a little golf club head on the end of it. Cool, so just like that. So we're gonna go through each one of those and do like 4 on each side. Oh, that one's touching the red line. It's okay. Ideally, the little golf club heads wouldn't be touching the line at this moment, but I know the space is limited, so it's okay if they are a little bit. So now that we have our sarcomere drawn, we are going to go ahead and label it. Go ahead and skip down 2 lines. So skip 1, skip 2, and then get your red color. And so then right here, we are going to put that the red lines represents the thin filament, which is a bundle of 3 proteins, which are primarily actin, then tropomyosin, and troponin. And then take your purple and draw a slightly thicker line, and then you can draw a couple of those little golf club heads on the end of it. And then that is going to be your thick filament. Which is composed of bundles of the protein myosin. So if each myosin has 2 little golf club heads, each one of these things represents a bunch of myosins all wrapped up together, same on both sides. Okay, so those are your thin filaments and your thick filaments. And then we'll do our green zigzag line. Just make a tiny version of it. And then that is your Z line, which is sometimes also called the Z disc, which anchors the thin filaments in place. So now there are certain specific zones in the sarcomere that we need to label. So if you go back to your drawing, you can put in this M line in the center here, which anchors the myosin filaments. So first what we're going to label is this part here. See where the red lines end, where the thin filaments end, and you only have myosin in between? So we're going to do a little bracket for that part. And that part is going to be called the H zone. So the H zone contains only thick filament. Then we're going to find the entire length of the myosin. So see how the little myosin heads go all the way to there, and then they go all the way to there. So we're going to do a bracket for that part. And so the entire length of the myosin heads is called the A band. Then we're going to go to the parts where there's no myosin. So see how the myosin ends here and it ends there. So we're going to bracket that off. And where there's no myosin, which is basically on either side of the Z lines, it's called the I band. And same over here. So we bracket off the part that has no myosin, contains only the thin filaments and the Z line, and that is also called the I band. And then we just want to make sure we know where one sarcomere is. So one sarcomere is from Z line to Z line. So we'll just come up here at our Z line here, and then make a line going across and ending at our other Z line, just so that we can indicate that that from Z line to Z line is one sarcomere. There, so we have, so that is how we are going to label our diagram.